This motion is nothing but fake concern. This motion has no solutions. We've seen a chaotic response to increased numbers of asylum seekers and refugees. We have a failing health system, a failing housing market and failing services. If the government thinks they're dealing with both the homelessness for people in Ireland and Ukrainians and IPAS arrivals, I would hate to see what failure looks like. But these attempts to point the finger of blame at powerless people rather than those in power lets the successive governments who instituted neoliberal policies of privatisation and austerity off the hook. This motion does not call for increased services. You do not call for a single euro of extra funding for local communities. You do not call for a single house to be built. You do not call for a single extra nurse, doctor or teacher. There is no call for a plan to support communities, nothing for community centres, schools, libraries or local healthcare centres. No extra resources for any community or area facing an increased demand on services due to the arrival of asylum seekers or refugees or new developments in communities. I get the anxiety in the country. I deal with people every day who are dealing with homelessness, overcrowding, low wages, decades on the housing list or years on a waiting list for medical care. This motion would have no solutions for those people. It points the finger at refugees instead of the failures of our political system to build a decent standard of living and decent public services in this country. The solution is more services, more hospital beds, more public housing, is scrapping our low tax rates on the rich and putting the funding back into our public services. It is a state construction company to build houses, schools, hospitals and local resources. I support the recent call from a Jesuit organisation calling for a NEFIT type organisation to coordinate accommodation. I would broaden that out for the homeless or anyone else needing accommodation in Ireland. Would your independent rural group support that call? It is shameful for anybody who's sleeping on the streets, either Irish or a refugee. The government won't provide that. This motion won't provide that. The far right won't provide it. Only a mass movement of working people will provide them houses, hospitals and decent standard of living everyone in this country needs.